My name is Amy Wasyluka. I'm your Democratic nominee for Alabama State Senate District 2. First of all, I want to thank Sheriff Blakely for putting this on tonight and inviting all the candidates to come speak to you all. But most importantly, I want to thank each and every one of you for coming out and getting involved and listening to what we have to say. It is only through engagement with the political process that we make sure that we elect people who truly represent our best interests in Montgomery. And with that being said, I want to tell you a little bit about my campaign. And it's summed up pretty well in our slogan of People Over Party. People Over Party is our pledge to you that we will put the best interests of the people of District 2 first, no matter what side of the county line you live on, no matter whether you vote for someone with an R or a D in front of their name, and no matter whether you cheer for Alabama or the right school. War Eagle. Actually, I have to say War Eagle and Roll Tide. I graduated from both. Today, it's far too easy to get caught up in the news of the day. It seems like every day we hear something more divisive, and it's no secret that at both the state and our national level, we have seen our share of scandal and politicians who'd rather play games for political points or keep their own power rather than being the servant leaders that are supposed to represent the people who put them there. I believe it's time we elect servant leaders who remember they are there for one reason and one reason only: to make the lives of the people of their district better. One of our most pressing concerns is infrastructure. We know that if we don't invest in and ensure that our roads and bridges are both adequate and improved, that we'll miss out on the opportunity for economic growth. And it's high time that we have a state senator who's willing not only to go and fight for our infrastructure funding, but also to ensure that District 2 gets its fair share of that infrastructure funding coming back to our district, just like Montgomery and just like Birmingham. Another one of our most pressing concerns is education. I understand education. My parents were both public school teachers for many, many years, and I watched as their salaries were gradually less and less able to make ends meet, as more and more demands were placed on them, and as they got more and more put upon, and less respect from our state legislature in Montgomery. It's time to treat our teachers like the valuable professionals that they are, and invest in our education. Right now, we have people who are playing lotteries in Georgia, in Tennessee, in Mississippi. We are already essentially funding education in those states rather than sending that money, $300 million, to work for our children here in Alabama. It's time to change that. Finally, it's time to invest in our local businesses by supporting our trade schools and programs. We have whole classes of tradesmen who are retiring, and people who aren't coming behind them to fill the gaps. Also, we are so close to the Rocket City, so very close, yet we do not have a comprehensive airframe and power plant training program. That's a comprehensive aerospace trade program to allow the people who live here to get those jobs created here. We need those jobs so that your children and my children can continue to grow and thrive. But to do that, we have to elect leaders who are beholden to the people, not to the status quo, not to the good old boys club in Montgomery, and not to politics as usual. To do that, we've got to elect politicians who are committed to, as my slogan says, putting people over party. That is my commitment to you, to put your interests first and to zealously advocate for them in Montgomery. Please check us out online, visit our website. I apologize, you're gonna have to spell my last name. And thank you so much for coming out and listening to everybody tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night.